Well, it just gets worse and worse. The more you read about and see how the police responded to the shooting at Robb Elementary in Uvalde, Texas, the more maddening it is. Videos of frantic parents begging police officers to do something, anything, as the shooter barricaded himself in the school. Parents were arrested, tased. Wall Street Journal cataloged some of those stories. One parent, Angeli Rose Gomez, was briefly arrested for allegedly interfering in an active investigation. Cops let her go a few minutes later. She told the outlet she saw a father tackled and thrown to the ground by police. Another guy got pepper sprayed. Once she was free from her cuffs, Gomez made her distance from the crowd, jumped the school fence, and ran inside to grab her two children. She sprinted out of the school with them. Cops didn't do that. She had to do it herself. Police did actually do that for their own kids, though, before they restrained all the other parents. Here's a cop telling a local news outlet they did that.
We've heard that some law enforcement officers actually went into school to get their kids out. Can you talk about that?
Right. So what we do know, Vanessa, right now that there was some police officers, families trying to get their children out of the school because it was an active shooter situation right now. It's a terrible situation right now. And of course, just as we mentioned, the loss of life, it's just terrible. It's a terrible tragedy right now that took place. But again, we got to keep acknowledging those brave men and women that actually were there on scene.
Yes, on scene, looking out for their own kids and arresting the parents of other kids. The lies continue mounting. Police previously claimed that the gunman was confronted by a school resource officer before entering the building. Now the department is walking that back. You can't really trust anything the cops are saying as they work to get their story straight. Here was the Texas Department of Public Safety South Regional Director Victor Escalon briefing reporters on Thursday. And the cops still hadn't gotten their story straight.
You guys have said that he was barricaded. Can you explain to us how he was barricaded and why you guys cannot breach that door?
So I am taking all your questions into consideration. We will be doing updates. We will be doing updates to answer those questions.
To answer that question now, sir.
What is your name?
Shimon Prokopets from
Shimon.
CNN.
I hear you.
Because we've been given a lot of bad information. So why don't you clear all of this up now and explain to us how it is that your officers who were in there for an hour, yes, rescuing people, but yet no one was able to get inside that room.
Shimon, we will circle back with you. We want to answer all your questions. We want to give you the why. That's our job. So give us time. I'm taking all your questions. I'm taking them back to talk to the team.
Can you tell us how the door was barricaded?
Look, thank you for being here. We'll talk soon. We'll talk soon.
We'll talk soon. We'll talk soon. No rush or anything, dude. It's also being reported now that the shooter didn't immediately enter the school to go on his rampage. After Ramos allegedly crashed his truck near the school, he posted up outside for as many as 12 minutes, firing shots. Police were unable to stop him during that time, and at some point, he then went into the school and shot 19 kids and 2 teachers. Now, this should be a big lesson to media organizations that tend to parrot whatever police say. Here's a high-profile incident, and the lies are almost too numerous to keep track of. Based on that, and what we've seen on video, absolutely no one should be defending the Uvalde police force right now. Yet, that's exactly what the Joe Biden White House is doing. Here was Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre on Thursday.
Does the president believe that there should be an investigation into the police response to this school shooting?
So we've heard of, need some water? You okay? Let us know. The president, we've been watching the reporting on this. The president has the utmost respect, as you all know, for the men and women of law enforcement. Just days ago, he honored the memory of the former police officer, Aaron Salter, in Buffalo, who was killed bravely while trying to stop the shooter at the supermarket. I know that right now authorities are working to piece together more details of what happened in Uvalde, so we won't prejudge the results from here at this time.
Wow, thanks for that. Totally worthless. The no abortion zone in the U.S. is growing. This week, the state of Oklahoma passed a law effectively banning the medical procedure. It's a major blow also to residents of Texas who had been traveling to Oklahoma after the Lone Star State passed its own abortion ban last year. Both laws are designed in a similar fashion. They deputize citizens of the state to sue anyone involved in obtaining an abortion, from the person who is pregnant to the doctors and nurses who help with care, to anyone who might have driven the individual to the clinic. The Supreme Court declined to strike down Texas's anti-abortion law, and as we know now, the conservative justices are poised to overturn precedents established in Roe and Casey that protect the right to an abortion. As many as half the states in the U.S. are expected to follow the lead of Texas and Oklahoma and pass their own abortion bans after the court acts. Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt signed the anti-abortion measure. It includes only exceptions for when the life of the pregnant person is at risk or when the pregnancy was a result of a police-reported rape or act of incest. Stitt has also signed bills prohibiting the medical procedure after 6 weeks of pregnancy and one straight up making abortion a felony, which is set to take effect next year. Welcome to the American theocracy. Some of our favorite stories here at MMN are when we can blend labor news with weed. And today, we've got a new joint. The team was given a heads up about an organizing drive at a smoke shop in New Jersey. This week, the United Food and Commercial Workers Local 360 submitted the paperwork to the NLRB for a union election to be held at Wonderland Smoke Shop. Now, under New Jersey's legalization framework, cannabis distributors have to have labor contracts with their workers. Within 200 days of opening, all establishments must have a recognized union or at least be making an honest attempt to form one. Other left-leaning states that have legalized marijuana have similar laws on the books, and as a result, an estimated 30,000 to 40,000 cannabis workers across the country belong to a union. But these laws don't apply to marijuana accessory stores like Wonderland Smoke Shop. They don't actually sell the plant, but they do sell killer bongs and pipes and other paraphernalia to smoke the plant. Workers at Wonderland are successful. They'd be the first pot accessory store to unionize. Companies should just recognize the union, but we've learned that even weed capitalists aren't chill when it comes to organizing. So, solidarity this morning with the bong slingers at Wonderland. I'll smoke one to them after the show, of course. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our new videos. Also, if you want to see Means Morning News in its complete form, not just the clips we post here, head on over to Means TV and get access to all our new episodes and our entire backlog, plus tons of other great movies and original TV shows.